Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, November 28th. And the headlines today is going to be a very warm day on tap with highs in the mid 50s to around 60. And that's just a few degrees away from our record high, but not really that close, but definitely on the warm side. And we'll still see cooler temperatures, but still above normal right into early next week. So no big cold coming yet, but boy, we see a lot of cold coming in down the road. And we think around the 10th of December, could be even a few days earlier, but we're going to definitely keep an eye on that second week of December. We've been talking about that now for quite a few days, but some real deep winter type cold is definitely on the way, and it could be maybe even settling into a driveway near you. And again, predicting snow this far out is kind of a waste of time. We'll wait till we get a lot closer. Individual storms will have to be tracked. You get 2 or 3 days outside of a storm, then you can start to feel confident about some of the snowfall amounts. But again, right now we don't see any big storms, but we do see that cold air most definitely on the way. And our climate data for today, our normal high is 40 degrees and normal low is 25. You can see a record high is 66 back in 1995, above in 1955. And so far for the month of November, just about 1 degree per day below normal. And we'll raise this up a little bit closer to normal over the next couple of days, but I think we'll end up just a little bit below normal for the month. Since midnight, no precipitation across the area. You can see yesterday we had a high of 40 and a low of 30. And if we look at the temperatures out there this morning, pretty balmy out there. Temperatures up in the mid 40s to low 50s. You can see, though, the coldest air back off to the eastern portions of the state into southwest Ontario. We've got southwest winds coming around, and as that southwest wind spread to the east, you'll see these temperatures really be on the rise. In fact, we were at about 39 degrees just after midnight, so we've risen about 7 degrees in the last 7 or 8 hours. So temperatures on the rise. And again, I think there'll be some spots across southeast lower Michigan that'll probably exceed 60 degrees later on today. You can see temperatures around the state pretty warm in the mid 40s to around 50s. Again, the coldest air off into the eastern portions of the area. And you can see up here in northwest lower Michigan, a number of areas already at 54 degrees. So a very warm start to the day. And you can see why it's warming up. We've got a pretty strong south and southwest winds blowing right up into the area. And I think from around the Saginaw, Tri-City areas all the way down towards Grand Rapids and off to the east, I think those are the areas that have a good chance of hitting 60 degrees. You can most definitely see our cold front, but what you'll also notice is that the coldest air is being shunted up into in Canada, up into central Canada, as we become more of a zonal flow again. So we don't, with this setup, this really about tells the story. We warm up, but we don't sustain any warm temperatures with a fast zonal flow. And behind these systems, while it turns cooler, we just can't get into the deep cold, because about the time we shift our winds to the northwest, the next system already coming in is pushing some air advection off to our west. So that'll prevent us from getting too cold here over the next week or 10 days before we see a big switch in our pattern. As far as the rainfall, again, we expected, my forecast is between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch for the entire work week. These are the 2 days I highlighted where there would be the best chance of rain, Tuesday and especially for Thursday. I think Thursday will be the wettest day of the week. But again, not a whole lot of precipitation, but we still want to track these systems each week on moisture-wise. As far as the radar out there, you can see where the showers are mainly behind the front. Front's just a little farther out ahead, so these will be a lot of post-frontal boundary passage showers. Again, not very heavy, probably less than 0.05 of an inch in any one area. I guess somebody could pick up a 1/10, but overall, this is going to be no big deal, just mainly a wind shift with a few light rain showers, and then temperatures settling back into the 40s for tomorrow through the rest of the week. On the weather map this morning, you can see the front, and you can see where those showers were. By 7 a.m., this front will still be off to our west. High pressure off to the east. We'll get a nice stiff south-southwest wind that will help temperatures soar today. And by tomorrow, that cold front will be well off to our east. Temperatures settle back in the 40s. Most of this precipitation will be very early in the morning, and then maybe for late in the day or late at night on Wednesday into Thursday, as that front will move through. And then another quick system behind that will move off into eastern Canada, drag another front. Again, very limited moisture really, other than Thursday. Thursday looks like we could see 1/10, maybe 2/10 of an inch. That'll be the wettest day for sure. As far as precipitation, right on through 1 a.m. Saturday, again, mainly 1/10, 2/10, maybe some 3/10 rainfall in certain areas. But again, overall, looks around 1/4 of an inch or less for most of the area. And if we look at the next map, this is for December 8th. And this would show, boy, it's really hard to see here, but this is a red up here indicating ridging. And that's that horseshoe ridging we're talking about. That'll help develop a deep trough in the Great Lakes, Midwest, Ohio Valley. And that's going to be the harbinger of some really cold air that's going to be able to stream south. And if we look at the next weather map, this is the CFS V2's new forecast for December through March, and you can see much of the U.S. expected to be colder than normal, especially here in the Great Lakes. And the next map also shows some of that weather maps set up. You can see the horseshoe. This is for the week of December 7th to the 14th, week 2 of December. You can see lots of cold air here in the Great Lakes. And for December 10th itself, you can see this is the map showing the setup for December 10th. Very cold air. Again, so that cold air is most definitely coming. So if you got outdoor things you want to get done, you got about another week to 10 days to get her done before we go right into midwinter type cold and perhaps a snowy pattern as well. And if we look at the forecast today, you can see high temperatures up around 60 degrees. Will drop down tonight. Maybe a couple of snowflakes mixed in with a weak shower, but again, no big deal. And then mainly some sunshine and some clouds for Wednesday. Temperatures settling back to the low 40s, back into the mid 40s for Thursday, with plenty of opportunities for rain. Again, not a ton of rain, maybe a fifth or 5/100 to 2/10 of an inch of rain. And then for the weekend, doesn't look too bad right now. Maybe some snow flurries or some snow showers Saturday night. But again, temperatures in the 40s. This will still be about 3 or 4 degrees above normal. Again, our normal highs around 40, normal lows now down into the 20s. As far as weather watch out there this morning, you can see mainly some wind events off to the north, closer to that low pressure system coming through southern Canada. Wind advisories across portions of the Northland into the eastern Dakotas, western portions of Minnesota, and high wind warnings further off to the west in South Dakota. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.